Yeah, I'm here. Feel free to say hi. Screening. Wish I knew how to share to Instagram. That would be fun. Well, 20 seconds to go. Better get her going. So just so you know, I've got the mics active. Hopefully they're active. There's a 60% chance I fucked it all up, messed it all up. Let's fix this microphone. Sorry about that. Get some cardboard under it so we don't get no echoing. There we go. Fancy microphone. There's a view of the desk. I'm going to go back to the computer one more time to make sure that we're focused up. Now on my computer screen it is dead on, perfect focus, and it's a little bit doesn't look so focused on the stream side, so you're gonna have to tell me if it should be improved. I can push more bits at Facebook, but Facebook starts to collapse at what I stream to YouTube and Twitch at, so I'm gonna need your advice, assistance in this. So I'm building a structure from Nanjing, China. Let me put the title up somewhere. Oh, smokers. Hot dog! Okay. That's all I need. That's all I need. Well, let's see what else we've got. We got that one. Those are all my patrons. These are people who've stepped up to the plate and showed their appreciation by contributing monthly. And that's been going on for about 3 years now, successfully. I want to thank everybody in the list. And if you were in the list before and got... We parted ways. Maybe we parted ways. Thank you to you too. There we go. Gonna build models. What's going on, Hunter? You having the time? Hey, you having the time? I didn't get him on camera. Oh well. You win, lose. Hey. I can't see your comment. I find that if I ignore the chat, I get more modeling in, and I think that's why people watch. So if you find that I am ignoring the chat, it is to benefit the stream and not to ignore you directly. So if you have a question up, I'll probably be going back to the computer in about 10 minutes. Check that out. Let's get this camera in here. Now it's really, it's a double-edged sword to move this camera around because it's a fixed focus. However, I want to explain what I've done so far to this model. That we're just building it from scratch. There's a very small amount of kit parts in it. Hello, John. Hello, Curtis. Okay. So I've been sharing on Instagram and Facebook in the Modelers Guild group pictures. This is all styrene that I cut out into little, I guess they would be 3mm squares. I think. And we crazy glued them all on. Then we used our homemade ground cover. There's a video on my YouTube channel. It's called Dirt for All Scales, and it really is, because we used it as mortar here and it's worked fine. In the next level, there's a little bit of a tip out we made and put some windows in. For the window coverings, we used some screen from a PC and then some wedding veil. Well, actually, this is the bag from Cloves of Garlic. So they've got a real nice bag that's it's the same as wedding veil. However, it is kind of it's cut. It's tight. The weave is tight. Here it is right here. Wedding veil is all spread out, and this gets real tight in places. And I thought it would, work to represent a screen, even though it is a huge. Like if we put this up to keep the bugs out, holy bejesus. So we've got the wedding veil in there, and then we built the tip out. So behind the wall is like a lime green coloring, and I've been trying to put an LED in all morning, and I burnt out all three of them. I don't know what I was doing wrong. They all have. I'm only using a 9-volt battery, and they all have resistors in them, so I don't know what I did. Whatever. So there's a green wall in behind with red curtains that goes along with the image that you see over there. So I used. I get materials from all over the world in my packages, in the packaging we get, and I noticed one. It looks like it might be a heavy-duty paper towel. Oh, there we go. That's annoying. But we got a one-ring picker-upper over there, and she's pretty fancy at picking it up on one ring, and it worked that time. So this looks like a heavy-duty paper towel that was used as part of some packing from China. So I just kept it. I've got a big hunk of it in the toolbox. And, one thing I've learned from modelers doing the Meet the Modeler interviews is that, you find these things, even if it's total garbage, the wife says, throw that shit out. This is the good stuff, really, in the end. Because it's like the texture on this, like, how could I recreate that? So this texture is great for curtains in this case, and that's what we did. Is we glued our curtains up on the inside. We let them hang down a bit so that the wind was kind of pushing them in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And then we mixed alcohol with a little bit of glycerin, a little bit of water, and red paint, a fuchsia paint, and just kind of stained the curtains in place. And so then we put that on. I put the roof on yesterday. I've had these. There's 3 panels that were spray painted blue. Here's 2, and there's the 3rd one. And then I flipped a few over so that there would be the gray coloring for the... You see here, we've got the paint from a spray paint can. It's really thick paint, as you'd expect on roofing. And then the other panels, this panel, this panel, this panel, and this panel, are all flipped over to get this coloring, so that you get a true big variation in the coloring of the roof itself. Now, it's only practice, though, that I added this coloring like this, because if you look closely at the pictures, it's got insulating panels that go over the roof, probably to keep keep the metal down during maybe monsoon season or something like that. This is in Nanjing, which is by Shanghai, I think. So I don't know if the storms get real bad there, but they have these panels if you look in the picture over there. So I'm going to go back to the computer and make sure everything's working out as we want it to, and we'll get started with our next floor. I work section by section when I'm doing this. I don't know how anybody else do it, but I don't have a plan. I just kind of look at it and I say, let's do it this way. And that's the way it's happening. Hello, Dieter. Dieter. I hope I'm saying that right. Charles. Hello, my friend. Jason Jensen. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully the sound's working on everything. I wanted to make sure that the music was in control. Probably isn't. It's okay, I guess. Make sure you tell me if there's something wrong. It's not just the packaging from China, but you know what I mean. So in the pictures, also some chairs out front. I found these laser cut chairs that we'll be making for them. Today, though, what I want to work on is this. I want to experiment with the subroof pieces. I've melted them, I've sanded them up, I've kind of colored the bottoms to look all mucky. I'm not really excited about that part yet, so we're going to take a piece of the styrene that I've scribed. If you look close at my scribes, none of them are the exact same size. I don't know. I have a way of wanting to add chaos to my models, and the thing is even if I wanted to do it all measured out and all that stuff, something inside me won't let it happen. And let's just leave it at that. So, looking at the picture, I don't have a picture. Oh, I do have a picture on hand. So, the windows that I found in the toolbox that kind of fit our configuration look very small as compared to what they've got here. Now, mostly all the time when I'm scratch building, I like to do things in proportion. I don't really ever hold the ruler out. I do have a ruler here. Just making sure it's a scale ruler. I got two rulers. I've got a thicker one that has real world inches and millimeters on it. And the scale ruler, but I don't really ever use those for measuring. It's more of a straight edge. This window here has some bars over it too, so these this part that I'm holding right here is a laser cut piece from a imagine that laser art project I was working on a few years ago. There was some extras from the thing in the The owner said, take the extras home with you, and I did. Okay, so I'm going to start off by gluing this window in the configuration I want it to, so that when I drop it down in, I use weld bond glue because it's easy to clean up after, and it dries really fast and it dries clear. I'm going to use a little bit of it. Actually, we're going to clean up this window first. So clean up the acetate around the window. Now these have already been painted silver. I only painted them silver because I couldn't find the gray that I wanted, and I didn't want to mix a custom color for it. Sorry. However, if I did want to make the color, if I did want to get a particular color, I would totally make it every time, as opposed to waiting for a custom color to arrive. Okay, let's get. What are you doing? You looking to be on camera? Hey? Oh. Feed him. Okay. Easily distracted. Sorry. I'm going to let that set up for a second and check how the camera's positioned because I moved it. Actually, I'm going to take a minute to focus it up because we moved it closer. That's not focused. Ah, this sucks. Not the first time that I went up Schitt's Creek on that. Jesus, Murphy. It's getting worse. I'm about to switch cameras. I'm gonna throw this freaking camera out. Is what I'm gonna do. That looks close. One more check, and if the son of a bitch anything. Good enough. The hardest part about these things is getting the sizes correct. Because if you get the size correct on the windows... Actually, this is the one I'm going to... Yeah. I'm just going to cut this sill off the bottom here so that the window, I can just make another fascia piece, fascia trim. And actually part of this one window is close to the edge, so we can hide it behind our bars. That looks a lot better. So I'm going to put this window over here because it looks perfect, and I don't know if we're going to find another window that size. That's why I have these windows over here all slung out. This is a package of 3, and these are just a bit short. No. Just a bit shorter, but they'll work in this window over here because they do look lopsided there. Now I want to get these windows modified, and then I'm going to cut the holes out because I'm going to be handling the windows a whole bunch while the holes are being cut out so that I get the proper size.
of hole. And if I had done that with the windows already painted, I'd get finger marks all over my windows. So after I paint and seal them, I'm going to throw them right on the model, even if they are a little wet, with a pair of tweezers, and move on, because my opinion, well, not my opinion, I know personally that when the build gets stalled, I lose steam. Just like the other window, I'm cutting off the bottom sill. And I'm going to replace that plank or that board after I get it cut in and even placed into the model. So this window looks about 2 feet out from the edge. Now, I'm playing royalty-free music from an app called Pretzel. I'm saying that for the benefit of Jason, if he's still watching. I don't expect you to watch this whole thing. No worries if you're not here anymore. But, it's a royalty-free music app. And, you know, when you got a little bit of music playing on the stream, you don't feel the need to talk all the time, which is distracting you from what you're doing. It's a little way of keeping the quality up. And me telling Jason about it is a way of telling everybody out there why it's on. I like to try to pull from the corners in, and that makes it so you really don't, well, you're not apt to cut past the corner, which, you know, makes your model look a little amateurish. And I say amateurish because if you look closely on my models, you'll often see that move, and I kind of want to be hard on myself to get better. So, do we fit? I don't think we fit. Where do we want to go, up or down? Because I didn't cut enough out. I think we want to go up. Nope, we'll go down. I know a lot of people say, oh, poor table. I've switched sides. Over there looks pretty bad too. I intend to refinish it with a nice new piece of hardwood ply. I've built stairs in the past and am quite capable of doing so. That's why I kind of like looking at a piece of wood with a bunch of hack marks in it, because, you know, every bench I've ever had is made out of wood. All those scars are, you know, old projects. So this window is really close to the edge, but there's a water spout that goes down, which says to me that it's a little bit farther over than I think it is. So I'm gonna start right there. It's clear windows were just cut in on this place wherever the heck they wanted them. And you know, that chaos, that hedge, oops, sorry about that. Let's go check the thing. Now, in the chaos that I'm talking about is kind of appealing to me, because I get the opportunity to experience it head on, so that when I try to create a model, when I try to design and release and my own model, I'll have some pretty good left turns. Okay, that started. Look, I think I got it there. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm nut barring that way. What do we got? What do we got? Thanks for the 2 people who are watching. Feel free to ask a question if you want. Feel free to place a like on the group Modeling with Ron Perry. It's a group I've had for probably about, I don't know, I think I made it in 2013. I don't know when I made it. He's going to be able to find out what it is, and I'm going to be totally wrong. That's going to be an issue. So, I've had it for a long time, let's just say that. And, you know, it's just now that I'm starting to really want to share what I do in terms of custom modeling. I want to get some clients that are in my group of friends. I know there's people out there that spend a lot of money getting the things that I can do done, and for much more money than I charge. If you're still watching, I'm going to be building a display layout this month, and I'm going to be doing it on Twitch. I'm going to do a few promos on Facebook, but the long-term live stream will either be on the Modelers Guild website, which I've got set up, or twitch.tv/justanotherskillmodeler. If you go and watch over on Twitch, I'll make an account, and what happens is I'll get a record of how long you watch, and if you end up watching a whole bunch, you'll be a part of model giveaways. I'm gonna be getting a sponsor this year. I can't really talk about it just yet, but I'm gonna do giveaways from that sponsor, and I'm only gonna give them away to the people that watch on Twitch. I find it to be a better atmosphere. I like the fact that I can use loyalty points. I like the fact that I can play music and have my friends request the next song. All those things are pretty crazy. So, before I started handling this board, I had, this is a piece of styrene. Like I said, I used my number 11 blade, and I scored the grooves in it. This is an insulated aluminum panel, one of those wafer things, kind of heavy. So I had scored it with the knife, and then I hit it with my ink and alcohol that is at an extreme amount of ink in there right now. I thought that I had some extra alcohol to fill in the bottle, and I just threw in a whole bunch of ink, and I don't have any extra alcohol, and I'm still using it. So it's not a big problem. In other words, you can see how stained. This is one stain. This would never happen from your average Joe stain, but it really has turned out well. So after I put that on, I waited about 10 minutes, and I didn't let it dry totally. It was a little sheen on the styrene, and I used spray paint, chalked ultra matte paint. It's at the end of the bottle, so it's really nasty paint, and this is the effect that it had. You can see some sanding spots where I sanded the styrene on this one, and that's why the variations are there. They're captured in the sanded texture. And over here, you can see as I've been handling the board, cutting these things out, squeezing it and stuff, it's added some mucky dirt. So that I see that as a benefit. I don't know about you. Okay, so this window has the open side on this side where I have to replace the boards. And that'll be good because I can just slip in a piece in the wall and then also put the fascia up too. I'll do that after. But like I said, I have to paint this first. These are going to be gray. I'm just going to clear coat them with matte, Krylon matte, low odor clear matte. I would love to have dull, but in spray paint, matte is kind of the best you can use because it doesn't have a lot of chalk in it or the talc, and you know that talc really mucks with things. I don't really go for the whole dull coat thing in spray paint. It's always matte. What the hell was I doing? Let's throw a couple of things that I want to get matted along with it. Yeah, I'm going to check the computer.
So, feel free to share this if you want other people to check it out. I'm just going to give that clear coat a second to grab into that plastic. Then I'm going to hit it with a bit of gray. It's on the kitchen table. I'll be right back. We are all family crafter kind of thing. Also got a review. Well, what's happening is I got a review kit. I think I could probably share a picture. Nah, forget it.
I was gonna say, we are reviewing a kind of like a puzzle toy that gets made into a train from the UK called U-Gears. And my daughter and I are building it together. So it's gonna take a couple of days because she's got, you know, she's got kid problems. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I didn't think we had any left. Add it out. No, I don't have to do anything at all. I went to the local hardware, and you know, the biggest scam going is getting the type of crazy glue that'll last you a long time and not be a big problem in terms of turning into a white monster. In my opinion, the best stuff is this Maximum Bond Adheres Maximal Crazy Glue with a big black tube, and it's like $8. You get the other stuff you get for $8, total ripoff. However, if you go on the other side of the scale and you spend $3 on some shite like this at the local hardware, you have to squeeze out half the tube before it starts coming out of the thing. First world problems, folks. First world problems. I think the point I'm trying to get at is that you buy the good stuff in bulk. I don't even know where there it is. The crazy glue, this stuff, you buy about 2 or 3 tubes, and it'll last you an entire year. Like this little spout, I would take it from this one and put it on the next one until it's totally done. Totally done. You know, and then you get a nice brand new tube. And that's the insanity of crazy glue, that I'm telling you how you could go 365 days before getting more, to this where you have to get it like every month. And all this cost was $16, and these 2 tubes cost $3.50 each. Jeepers creepers. Don't get me started on the Loctite little fancy squeezer thing. That tube that's in there, it might be totally full, but it's smaller than this. You cut one of those little fancy squeezy tubes from Loctite apart, you'll be ashamed of yourself, man. You'll be bombed out. The bottom line. Just a demonstration of pain and suffering. What the hell's going on here? It's gotta be empty. Now, while we're on the topic of crazy glue, the Gorilla Glue kind of crazy glue is a nice glue, but it can turn into a white monster. I'm talking about the crazy glue, not the... Oh, there we go. There we go! You might be asking yourself, why are you using crazy glue or the freaking window man? I'm gonna tell you that you never know what you're gluing together, and glues all take a different thing, and it's like, oh, I like my thing and I don't like your thing, and why the hell, or why the heck, use my mouth. Crazy glue just glues everything together. I think the most important thing to remember when gluing with these glues is that you put the glue on the object that doesn't, well, number one, you put it on the object that you can cleanly. That's why I'm doing this way instead of putting the glue on this. But you put the glue on the non-porous surface and then squeeze it into the porous surface. And that's the only thing you have to follow, in my opinion. That looks good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Liking it. I like it a lot. I need the headphones. But every time I use the headphones, it messes up my stream. Nobody can hear me. That might be a good thing, but nobody can hear me. But when I do have the headphones on, I can just model away with no problems at all. Now, I don't listen to this music when I'm modeling by myself. I listen to 80s music like The Cure and maybe a little bit of Tesla or stuff like that. Spread out a little bit. This is kind of thick stuff. Fix that. The window won't edge up all the way, so I gotta cut it out a bit more. God damn. Crazy glue's bugging up my eyes. This is a fail army move. I'll put this board on raw so that I can weather it and paint it on the model, which will leave a bunch of the edges raw still. Lazy fucker didn't want to paint the whole board. That's all there is to it. Oh, that Ronnie's a badass. He's a vagabond. I hate that guy. He talks too much. Why does he always get on camera? Yee! You keep on watching these videos, you get Easter eggs, yo. I'm gonna paint this back to front so that we don't spread the brush. You go back to front, you can brush all the inside all you want, but you don't want to use a small brush there. I use the big brush so I can just get her done. Cut it out, yo. Use a real stiff bristle brush so that I can control it. I'll try to get my head out of the way. Function over form, yo. Okay. I gotta go get my water, because I got two brushes that need water. We're gonna let this sit for a second. Damn it. I'm just gonna do this other window real quick. Go like this. Okay, I'll be right back getting water. Yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, I wanted to see this. Ah, Windows. So the inside window, we can hit it with some really thick plastic. The outside window is going to be used with some really thin plastic. The trick is to make them both look the same, in my opinion. Back where it came from. Whoa. Okay. I don't think I've glued that. I'm just gonna see what this does to them, to the windows. Yes, wee little bit. Apply it with my tweezers, make sure it sits down properly. Patient. I paid for my impatience. I paid. it. I can't see the pieces. Okay. To find the orange. Okay, we're set at about an hour here. Gonna do this last little bit to reward the patience of the two. Or I don't know how many are here now. So that one window on this side has some weird looking paint on it. I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe it was a murder. Maybe it is a mafioso den. I have no idea. I don't judge. That looks good to me. I like it. That's hot stuff. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna put this window in while I'm offline. Then I'll be back in a bit, and we'll go for another hour to get that section of wall glued on, and get a few pipes and details put down to the bottom of the structure, because it looks like we're at a roof section. Because it looks like on this building, this floor right here is the last floor, and then this is a shack built up on top of the building. Or at least that's the way I'm going to build it. So we'll be back. Thanks for watching.